Can't
remember.
Can't remember.
Damn, it was a good episode though. It was a nice nice one we've got there. Okay, SOA, they go for the map. It was Wukong's gaming decision to go first pick because they lost map number 1. So
Yep.
the Cursed Hollow. What do you make of this?
Standard map. SOA just feel more comfortable in their own standard game on larger maps. They can utilize globals to the best of their abilities. And I do, however, like the idea that Wukong gave the map over. Because when you have a 0% win ratio on all maps, it really doesn't matter which map you play on.
Exactly, and I wonder if SOA is using this as a practice session here to maybe get more comfortable with Cursed Hollow themselves, because their own record is fairly unimpressive here, 1-8.
Indeed. Well, let's find out as we load into the draft on Cursed Hollow. It's going to be game number 2 and our final game of the day. Before Kendrick, I expect, heads off to do his own stream.
Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of Hero League right after until the Open Division starts. Then I'm going to throw you guys all over to Grubby Stream so you don't have to go anywhere. You can just lean back, stay relaxed, watch Kendrick do some Hero League, and then immediately get transitioned over.
Nice, nice indeed. So, first ban from Wukong Gaming, they're going to remove the Ariel once again. No Ariel today at all. It's been just perma-ban.
Yeah, Oriel is not seeing any light today. She has to linger in the shadows for now. Rightfully so. I've been playing a fair amount of Oriel myself, and I found the hero to be very, very strong, especially if you have your dedicated battery, which I think even in the lower leagues of Heroes of the Storm, most players know about by now, that you want to have the likes of Gul'dan, Lunara, Vala, something along those lines, and you're going to have a good time. So,
yeah,
are we going to see the Malthael? Long time no see.
Let us find out indeed. It's quite early. They're going to start off with Dahaka, Wukong. Big map. They want to get at least some global potential on it.
Crazy. I don't think any other region in the world puts that much emphasis on a first pick Dahaka. Like, sure, Europe is known for good Dahaka plays. I'm just mentioning Wooby here, by the way. Yeah. Best Dahaka in the world, in my opinion. Korea picks him up every now and then, but China always first picks him when available.
So far, this draft is mirrored. It's Lunara and Uther, I think, now, was what Wukong ended up picking.
Yeah.
Let's see if we continue to get the mirror draft.
Rayman and Arthas, best buddies for life for now. I mean, Arthas, it is incredible how much he has risen in popularity, especially if compared to Phase 1. It's crazy.
Very true. I blame the fact that these two working so well together is with these particular skins, they are part of the magnificent facial hair club.
Yes. Oh, yes, they are indeed. I'm quite jealous, actually, of their beard growth, because, you know, while I might have a lot of hair on other parts of my body, especially my head, my facial hair growth is not really that impressive, which is, I'm quite sad about that, actually.
Whereas I can grow quite the beard, but currently I'm very much enjoying removing it as often as possible due to the current weather. It is much more comfortable to be with everyone.
There we go. Abathur has been denied. Let's get back on track here with the draft before this drifts off into the abyss of
facial gentlemen discussing facial hair. But yes, we see Tyrael and Tychus for Wukong Gaming. Pretty solid start for them, giving themselves some extra protection to this time actually, but perhaps turn around and counter-engage or re-engage against SOA if they are actually able to survive the onslaught this time.
Yeah, there we go. Anubarak definitely a good choice in my opinion. We all saw how annoying Anubarak could get last game, especially if you're planning on using the Liming again, maybe. Certainly possible. I wonder if Wukong Gaming wants to go that route again. This time there would certainly be a lot less stuff to get in her way in terms of abilities getting caught or intercepted. So another Zul maybe. I'm not convinced though. Cursed Hollow is traditionally not the best battleground for Zul to be deployed in.
Yeah, if you want to go for some kind of split pusher on a map like this, I would recommend the Illidan. You can just split push with that, and you actually still have a global to join it with your team. EDC, to a lesser degree, the Echo Pedal was severely nerfed a while ago, so he doesn't get as much effectiveness from that.
True, true. Spoken like a true chicken there, going for the Illidan. Well done. But yeah, even they could go for another assassin, sure. They could go for the Illidan even. They could also go for another frontliner. Sonya actually hasn't made an appearance today at all.
She hasn't, no. She's been so popular last week and yesterday in Open Division and yesterday in HGC China. And today she sees nothing at all. Wukong can't pick her here. They need a support, which Rhaegar's taken. Who are they going to go with? Brightwing could give them extra global. Furion, I think, if the extra mana to Nazeebo would be acceptable.
Wait, where's Uther?
Oh yeah, Uther hasn't been picked yet. Also good, but yeah, I guess he's not required here. The only CC he'd be up against is Arthas, so miss out on a little bit of value but Malfurion giving the Zebo the extra mana here. They have the counter engage, I guess, for Greymane, Twilight Dream. Divine Storm would have a similar effect. I don't hate it. And Zarya makes her way in. Haven't seen you in a while.
Haven't seen her in a while indeed, but if there's any team in the league that busts her out every now and then, it is SOA, because Uncle G, I think he has a very special relationship with Zarya. He's literally the only player left in HGC China that plays her on a regular basis, and he makes her look really, really good. Exposing zones in general, I think on Cursed Hollow can get a lot of value. There's a lot of narrow choke points, and you can use them to zone enemies out, to catch them and trap them inside. I like it.
As do I. This looks actually pretty reasonable overall. So, ladies and gentlemen, the drafts have been decided. Can Wukong Gaming finally achieve a victory? We will see.
Yeah. I mean, for Wukong Gaming at this point, it's clearly not about, you know, getting a lot of points, getting a lot of glory. It's just getting this achievement for themselves, for their morale, for their minds, respectively, because they want to have this one moment of success. They want to prove to everyone out there that they have what it takes to take at least one map of any of the other opponents. We don't know the background story, by the way, of Wukong Gaming. If they're like an amateur team that has never played before together in this constellation, I would heavily lean towards that theory, but they just want to make a statement and say that we've got something to say in this league as well. And we're going to find out in map number 2 here between Wukong Gaming and SOA if they can make that promise come true.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cursed Hollow, our final game of the day. And spawning on the left-hand side, do you believe it's Wukong Gaming with Ailing playing the Tychus, Laohu on the Dahaka, Zero on Tyrael, Moon on Malfurion, and Lang on Nazeebo.
And so they're trying to get this win 2-0. It is Fei Yi on the Rhaegar, Uncle G on Zarya, Tank Ovo on the Falstad, Spark BZ on Arthas, and Shy. He's once again on his most played and most favorite hero, the Greymane. And truth be told, he's been impressing me more and more. I've been a little bit critical of Shy in particular because oftentimes he goes in a little bit too recklessly. But he's been stepping up his map awareness and game sense a lot. Now, we see the usual split strategy. Both teams trying to go for those early pushes against the side forts. Looks like SOA is a little bit hesitant here. Uncle G charging up a little bit.
That's even in depth. Yeah, even in depth coming in for Tyrael here. Yeah. So Wukong Gaming deciding, well, why don't we build to our strengths? Dying.
We want to get maximum value of what we're best at, and we're gonna make them pay. No, I do think the talent still has its place.
Same.
Yeah,
good. The slows, even the slows and the movement speed boost for your team, because you can use abilities after your death, is enough to take the talent on its own.
Yeah. Alright, so SOA, they're definitely turning on the heat here. They're getting a huge amount of damage done to that fort, and Nazeebo, as good as he is, unfortunately is not the best at holding a lane by himself, because in fact, very few heroes can claim to be good at that. And oh my god, SOA is so much faster than this. I wonder if Wukong Gaming can catch up a little bit. Shy, taking damage from the Spooters and the tower. Needs to be careful.
Yeah, killing off the fountain as well. Tower's all that is left. Counter push from Wukong Gaming, doing pretty well in the top lane. they are going to be able to take down this fort before the objective spawns. So both teams setting up in their non-boss lanes. This is something that still confuses me, where teams push the enemy team's boss lanes almost religiously.
Exactly. Maybe they were like, okay, so if we push our boss lane, we're probably going to face the enemy team there, or maybe face the enemy team there. So maybe they wanted to out-mind game each other. But you're totally right. Normally, we're definitely not used to seeing this. Maybe, I don't know. I have no logical explanation for it because it's not logical. So
this is true. This is very true. So, you're going to see Shy burning through that camp. Tychus and Malfurion are going to be taking the Wukong gaming camp. It takes 2 heroes, unfortunately, but they are going to be able to get through it without too much difficulty. Oh, wait! Talent I didn't even realize to talk about. Dahaka finally going with one of my favorite talents on him, going with the Regen Globe talent.
Oh, yeah. Can you tell us more about it? What makes it so special, and why is it not picked that commonly?
It's not picked that commonly because speed is really good. The fact that you can actually move faster than a mounted hero if you're able to fully stack Dahaka is good. But this talent can give Dahaka some insane survivability if you need that kind of thing on your team. You basically have to pick up 10 regeneration globes grant you essence for starters, so you can grab them very quickly and still have enough essence to enter back into lane. And every 50 essence you gather, you permanently increase your health regen by 4 up to 40.
That is a lot of regeneration.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And your maximum essence by 1 up to 10. Add that to your level 4, increase your you get the increased essence that you gain. You are looking in a good position to just get as much essence and survivability as possible as Tychus, wishes he has essence as he dies.
Yeah, he dies, unfortunately, and Wukong Gaming, they now need to evacuate. Dahaka, of course, is a rather immobile here, especially if he doesn't go for the race car build, so I don't think he's going to make it out alive. Rhaegar is going to chase him down. Nope. There we go.
And sniped by a grenade. Need more globes.
Oh boy. And that's exactly why I don't like Nazeebo. Wukong Gaming, they just have this trend of picking Nazeebo over and over again when it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Now, while Nazeebo is not a bad hero per se, don't get me wrong, I main him actually on stream and I play him a lot. Curse Hollow is not a map where you can pick up a lot of voodoo stacks in particular. You can't rotate that well because the distance is so long. And if you put Nazeebo as a solo laner, you're actually making it even worse. And against a highly mobile assassin like Falstad, there's nothing you can do. If you don't hit your spiders, he's just going to out-damage you and kill you in a couple of seconds. So, Lang, I'm feeling a little bit sorry for you, buddy.
Yeah, he's not going to have a good game unless he can survive till the late game. They've given him some kind of protection in the form of the Malfurion, giving him mana. They've got 2 frontliners for him, both of which have gone very sustain-y to try and help. But for now, it's going to be rough for a long time. God, those wings look cool on that Tyrael skin. As really we do see Shy, oh my god, going so deep. I don't think he expected that many people to be there. And as such, gets himself killed off. Now Uncle G in a little bit of trouble as well. Notice he swapped back off support back onto the Zarya. They're a very flexible team here.
Yeah, so insanely flexible. I love it. Lao Hu taking a little bit of a dangerous path here, but look at the speed barrier. Whoa. Keeping Spark BZ healthy. I think speed barrier is actually one of the biggest talent movement speed boosts that we got in the game.
How much is it? 50,
it's 50% for as long as the shield lasts. It's insane.
Which is just below the first highest, which I believe is by Falstad, which is Lucio's level 1 talent once he's fully stacked it.
True. That's actually very true. So, a little bit of a success moment here for Wukong Gaming. They killed Shy earlier, and they got another kill on Tank Ovo on the Falstad, and actually managed to snatch one of those tributes, buying them a little bit more time. And buying time is of the essence when you have a Nazeebo in your team, especially if your early game is a little bit wonky. You just want to stall and delay for as much as you can. You want to give Nazeebo some time to farm, which he's doing right now in the bottom lane. So yeah, maybe Wukong Gaming, if they have a couple of more good moments, they can do this.
Yeah, give them time. They may be able to break their way in. They've just hit level 9, as SOA already have level 10, so we need to try and put some pressure on, and they're doing so. They're heading for the enemy boss.
Wow, yeah, that's a really risky maneuver under normal circumstances. But
they have expulsion zone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. They've got level 10 available, 2 formidable disengage abilities. Wukong Gaming shouldn't even contest this.
Yeah, they're scouting it, and what have you achieved by scouting this? You have found out that they're doing it and realized that you can't do anything about it. Just stay in lane, soak it up, rotate down for the defense.
In Hero League, this would be one of the moments where the most toxic player would be like, see, I told you they were doing boss, now we gotta confirm.
I told you we should have contested.
Yeah.
Even Death not gaining value there, not able to find the Falstad, as Falstad was too mobile, able to escape.
Lahu on the Dahaka getting a little bit of value done here with the Mercenary Camp. I actually do like this. He can still arrive in the nick of time using his Brush Stalker if it's actually available. I think he's waiting for it right now. Okay, where did he go to? No, he teleported back to base. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, he beat back. The boss gonna make his way through the front wall, especially with the help of the Siege Giants. Won't be able to kill off the keep though, especially with the 4-man defense.
Yeah, Nazeebo having the Gargantuan available. Gargantuan and Odin is actually really, really strong when it comes to defending. Like the Gargantuan zoning enemies away a little bit. The Odin, of course, also providing formidable AoE damage to clear minion waves and also keep enemies at base. So I think if you take a look at Wukong Gaming's team composition and their heroic abilities, they have what it takes to stall it out a little bit. Now Arthur's in trouble, uses everything he has. Iceborne Fortitude and the Arc.
He just got baited in. Expulsion Zone trying to keep a live body block using the Sanctification to kill off Arthur's there. Nicely done.
Yeah, really solidly done indeed. The Gust having no effect on Turiel and the allies protected by the Sanctification, and that's why they were able to take out Arthas in the first place. And now that I think of it, I think I just had an epiphany, Tetcher. Wasn't it on Cursed Hollow where Wukong Gaming last week was looking so strong against KT?
I think it's most maps where Wukong Gaming actually look pretty decent these days, but the fact is they look decent and then they lose the game. That's what they do. That's who they are. It's who they are inside.
Uh-oh, I just had a major lag and a major freeze as well. Okay, I'm still sitting at 9 seconds, 10 seconds.
I'm also at 9.
Okay, we can just leave it at that.
9-8-ish. Yes, we will chill here.
Okay, sorry for the short delays today, guys. The stream has not been a good boy today. We're going to have a real conversation after. Yeah,
we're going to drive down to the Twitch office, which actually isn't that far from me. It takes me about an hour and a half to get there. At least the London one. Just pop down to that and just go up to the reception. Excuse me. I'm here to lodge a complaint against something that happened on the other side of the world. But for now, we are seeing both teams just collecting mercenaries, not in a huge rush to really do anything risky yet, seeing as objectives have only just spawned. Now they're in the mood to do something risky, as both teams have 2 tributes.
Yep. 2 tributes. So this one is the one that's going to matter if you want to get that curse. However, there's a big disadvantage for Wukong Gaming, and that is the lack of 13. Daka not even in the side lane, not even trying to push and soak. He's doing it right now in the middle, but is it going to be enough? Grenade. Okay.
Sank having to be burned just to keep Zero alive. Now he's used it though, at least. He's got some value even in death. Boom! So much damage ancestral. The kill. As the isolation onto the backline, though, is denied by the cleanse onto Falstad, keeping him alive as he turns around to kill off the Dahaka here, who is very isolated, Kendrick.
Yeah, so much damage coming in from the Odin and the Gargantuan, but it's not going to be enough here against the combined efforts by Rhaegar and Zarya. Really, really well protected here by SOA. Wukong Gaming, they've tried to force a fight here. It looked pretty okay in the beginning, especially the Even on Death had so much additional value and damage, but of course the lack of 13 is a big deal. So you may actually wonder, shouldn't they have, you know, soaked a little bit more? Shouldn't they have taken the curse without losing team members? There's a yes and a no to it. Either way, Wukong Gaming now in a dire situation.
Yes, they are. So they move. We do see SOA moving on to their own boss. The Wukong boss isn't even up for a little bit because SOA were the ones who took it last, and it was after they took their own. Falstad soaking top. Like, the thing is, they know they can't really push too aggressively. This is why they're doing the boss. Normally, a lot of people would be like, why are they wasting time doing the boss? Because if they pushed without it, then they would maybe get a couple towers. If they now use this boss as a distraction, they could get some value. If they push without it, they could also die. Now with this distraction, no matter what, they're going to get some value. They've burnt some time, but they're still going to get damage without having the risk of dying here. Although, they have gone very far forward before the boss arrived. That was a potential mistake, but nearly getting value out of it. Sanctification dropped very well timed there, and we are seeing Wukong able to disengage from what was a very risky fight.
Yeah, the Odin has been summoned as well. Full engage, full defense mode here activated for Wukong Gaming. Shy once again going deep. He knows that the Enter Soul is going to land, so he reinitiates. Can't really kill anyone though, but look at those grenades hammering into the backline from Wukong Gaming. Uncle G, he is the hidden DPS hiding as a support, and look at that damage. Tetra, that's exactly what you brought up. They're using this boss as a distraction. They're taking out 2 keeps instead of 1, so the boss call was definitely the right one. They're using their formation and their abilities just to the fullest. It's beautiful to see these rotations by SOA.
If they get a kill here, they can end the game. Boss with still half health. They've still got Siege Giants here. This one tower is really almost defending the mid lane as well. They're very grouped. This is a mistake. Gust is good, though.
Nice.
Disengaging a little bit. Tyrael jumping in. He's like, kill me, so I can kill you, but he can't. Expulsion zone is not enough, and that is going to be GG. And we see SOA taking the 2-0 and those lovely 3 points.
Lovely 3 points indeed. A lovely alliance banner there in the middle keep, making me feel very good about this. Now, SOA, once again, they did not disappoint. They did not trip over what seemed a super easy game. They did not get reckless and cocky. They maintained their focus and rightfully earned themselves 3 more points. And I think Tetra brought it up earlier. That puts them in a much more comfortable spot in the league.
Yes, it does. They are looking really solid now. With those 3 points, they will be moving up due to neither KT nor HOTS winning their games. Or RPG, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, HOTS did win their game, right? Did the HOTS play?
No, they lost against CE.
Yes, they did. So, yeah, HOTS RPG, HOTS and RPG and KT all lost their games, so they stay where they are. On KT on 7, HOTS on 9, and RPG on 11. So we're on 6 with that 2-0. They gained 3 points, so they overtake KT and tie up with HOTS, both of them 2 points behind RPG.
Yeah, really, really solidly done here. So definitely, you know, getting a couple of points, increasing their standings overall in the league. And Wukong Gaming, hope still remains. They have tomorrow and another entire week to maybe, you know, do the impossible.
Let's talk about who their opponents are for those days. Tomorrow, they play against CE.
Rip.
The next week, first day. Well done, Uncle G. MVP again. Next week, RPG.
Probably Rip. Yep.
Okay. After that,
go on.
Easter.
Oh boy, even
and
rippier.
Their final game, I would say last hope. Wukong Gaming versus HOTS Lady.
Maybe
that's their only hope. Yeah. I would argue that I don't think they're going to do RPG. They could, very, very small chance, they could take a map off of HOTS Lady.
Maybe with that very rough schedule of facing, you know, E-Star and CE. Maybe they're gonna copy some of the strategies that were used against them. Maybe they can, you know, assimilate some of the strategies that their opponents use, and maybe they can save it all for last against HOTS Lady and surprise them out of nowhere. But of course, that remains to be seen. We're gonna take a final look at our analysis and how they predicted this series and whether they're wrong. Yeah, 365. That is actually the man who started it all. Who started the whole rumor.
Yeah. So if this is all untrue, I guess we all have to make Weibo accounts, jump on the Chinese social network, and just spam him. Just like, why do you trick us, friend?